Hello everyone, welcome back to Wentworth Live, the YouTube channel that talks everything Wentworth. Now, if you're new to the channel, then hit that subscribe button for all future updates. Okay, well, we are currently into my Season 4 ranking video now. Season 4 was quite a big season with lots of changes, which can only mean one thing. There's probably going to be changes in today's ranking video. So that's enough of me chatting, let's get started. Oh dear. So guys, I actually recorded this part of the video earlier on, but for some reason when I played it back there was no sound. So I'm having to do it all over again, but it's fine, it's all good, we're all in this together. Anyway, so the Season 4 top 3 characters. At number 3, and it is ALLIE NOVAK. So this was ALLIE's first ever season, and boy did she make an impact on the whole show. Absolutely love ALLIE, especially her first season. I think it was one of the best apart from the final season. So yeah, ALLIE deserves to be on this list. And at number 2, it is B. Smith. So she has actually gone down, but she's still in my top 3, so it's all good, I think the reason why I put her at number 2 is just because she was getting really tired at this point, and, you know, I kind of wish that she'd given up the top dog ownership a little bit earlier on, because as soon as she did that towards the end of Season 4, it was almost like she was free, and she was free to be herself. So, you know, I still love B, but she goes down 1 entry on this spot. But who is at the number 1? Who has stolen the number 1 spot? Well, that is Boomer Jenkins. And now, I think this is one of Boomer's best seasons. I mean, up until this point, she was like Frankie's heavy. She was a background character in Season 1, more or less. Season 3, she was kind of transitioning into being nicer with the H1 girls, but by the time Season 4 comes around, Boomer is one of those H1 girls. She is, you know, she is literally the best in Season 4, so this is why she is at my number 1 spot. Okay, my top 3 episodes. At number 3, and it is episode 11, 11th Hour. Now, this is the episode that's like the pre-final, so before the final episode, and things were building up very nicely in this episode. Now, it's also the episode where B is caught lagging and she is forced to give up being top dog. The episode also ends with Joan Ferguson hotshotting ALLIE, leaving us on an unbelievable cliffhanger. And also, when this episode begins, it starts with like a little homage with Joan Ferguson talking to Shane Butler and telling him where he can find a box, and it's got like pictures of Mr. Jackson in there, and that all like happens before the credits roll, so I thought that was slightly different. It was nice to see. They tend to do that like in opening episodes, but I think this was the first time that they did this, like, you know, in a different part of a season. But yeah, I absolutely love this episode. It was kind of like a nice big build up ready for the finale. At number 2, and it is episode 3, Prisoner. Now, this is a really nitty gritty episode. It's the episode where Joan is brought into general for the very first time, and the women want B to do something. Now, we also have flashbacks of what happened when Joan was in the nut house, and we learn that, you know, the guy that was the doctor that was meant to be looking after her was making sexual advances towards her, but she was letting him. She let him so that she could blackmail him into letting her out of the nut house and signing her off as a clean bill of health. So that's how she got out of the nut house. And also, this is also the episode where Joan is ganged by Juice's crew, and then Linda Miles and B, they're forced to help Joan, and it was just absolutely crazy. Like, as the episode was going on, it was getting crazier and crazier. Actually, my favorite part of this episode is when Joan is like, she pays Linda Miles to get B from the unit in the middle of the night, and B goes to see Joan, and Joan, like, you know, tells B to give the women what they want, the pound of flesh, and then B goes off, and then we're left with like all the women chanting freak, 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 and it's just absolutely brilliant. At my number 1 spot is episode 7, Panic Button. Now, this is the episode where Doreen is going against B. She's a little bit naughty, in my opinion, but yep, she goes against B, and all the women set off the panic alarms, and B is coming very close to losing the top dog ownership at this stage. And what I love about this episode is when B forces the women to do the top dog vote. So, like a tick for yes, top dog, cross for no. And when, like, Tina Mercado tries to vote twice, Sonia Stevens is like, nice try, Tina Mercado, and it's just bloody brilliant. And I like the music that's used in this particular episode, and it's also the episode where B and ALLIE first kiss. Okay, my top 3 season 4 moments. So at number 3, it is protest in the yard. So this is when all the women, well, I say all the women, it was mainly Kaz's crew and some of the women, stripping off naked, and basically they're protesting for the right to fuck. It's so funny. One of Kaz's, like, friends on the outside sends in a drone, and it's just, like, absolutely hilarious. It kind of gets a little bit serious after an officer shoots down the drone, and then Kaz and Will, they end up in a nasty altercation. But yeah, I just love this scene. At number 2, and it is B and ALLIE's first kiss. Now, there really isn't any explanation here. It's just such a beautiful moment. I didn't actually think the writers were taking us in this direction. So it was really like a bit of a shock, but it was a nice shock when this happened, and it's just so beautiful. At number 1, and it is Joan tries to drown B, simply just because it was an absolutely crazy end of the episode cliffhanger, which I've talked about in one of my recent videos. So much happens, things get seriously out of control. You got Kaz burning Joan's hand, B is pretty much looking like she's dead, the panic alarm is going off, Joan's rolling around on the floor, Kaz is fighting the officers. It's absolutely insane, and like I said, it was an unbelievable cliffhanger. Top 3 moments that made me laugh or cry in season 4. Okay, well, in number 3, it's Maxine tells B she's not having treatment. So obviously Maxine ends up getting breast cancer in season 4, and for some reason she doesn't want the treatment because it means that she's going to lose her breasts, and she tells B that she fought so long to be a woman and no one's taken that away from her, and it's just a really sad moment. I genuinely thought that this was it for Maxine, like this was going to happen. Thank God she did change her mind later on in the same episode, but yeah, this moment always gets me just because of the story that Maxine explains, you know, the reasons why she's not having the treatment. And number 2, and it is B's death. Oh my god, this gets me every single time. It doesn't matter how many times I see it, it's just so unfair that B died for nothing in the end because ALLIE survived, and oh god, it's just so heartbreaking because B went through so much, and it was just an awful way for B to leave the show, but I suppose it was fantastic for the show's ratings. And at number 1, it is I'm Gonna Get Fucked. I am, of course, talking about when Boomer gets her conjugal visit with Daz, and B has, like, done Boomer's hair. And then the women are there and they're like cheering and going, ooh, look at you. And then Boomer, like, gets really excited and she does this, like, hilarious dance down the unit in slow motion, and she's high-fiving all the women and they're playing that song One Way or Another. And then Boomer's shouting out, I'm gonna get fucked, I'm gonna get fucked, yeah. I've watched this scene so many times on YouTube, it always cheers me up, I flipping love it. And my fight, death, and new character for season 4. Okay, so my favourite new character is ALLIE NOVAK. She was absolutely amazing. I mean, it could have been Kaz Proctor, but unfortunately, due to the feud that she was having with B. Smith, I know it wasn't, like, their fault because Joan had manipulated everything, but I still think ALLIE wins hands down on the new character. Now, my favourite fight scene is ALLIE and Kaz. So this is the moment where Kaz has actually lied to B, saying that ALLIE has prostituted herself. So ALLIE goes berserk and she, like, literally, like, punches Kaz in the face, and like, literally, she just goes crazy. I love it. I think it's like one of the few times like you see ALLIE in a proper real fight, and this wasn't even when she was top dog. So yeah, I just love this little moment, and CRAIGz really did deserve that slapping. And my favourite death scene is, well, it's not my favourite death scene, but I think the death scene that's going to top all the charts of Season 4 is going to be B. Smith, because it was so shocking. It's still shocking to this very day. It was unforgettable. It was done like in a Romeo and Juliet style, but I suppose in this case Juliet and Juliet. Yeah, absolutely shocking. Okay, so we're on to marry, fuck, and kill. So this season, Season 4, I'm going to marry TASHA Goodwin. Now, she is that new character that came into it. She was only in for about 2 or 3 episodes. You know, I think she was like an 18-year-old. She is absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning face. And yeah, I'm going to marry her because she needed some protection in that prison. Who am I going to fuck? Well, it's going to have to be Jake Stewart, because he is very easy on the eye. It's a little bit of fresh meat for Season 4, and yeah, he's mine, bitches. And who am I going to kill? Of course, I'm going to kill Joan Ferguson, because of all of the manipulating that she was doing, the fact that she tried to kill B and then she did kill B. Yeah, sorry Joan Ferguson, I'm going to have to kill you this season. And that was my Season 4 ranking video. So guys, what did you think of my top 3 moments in the different categories? Let me know all of your thoughts on today's video in the comments box below, because I love reading all of your comments, so keep those comments coming. You know the score by now. The Season 5 ranking video will be up by next Friday, so make sure that you are subscribed to get that notification. And okay, that's all I have for you today. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all again very soon.